Buff Nation, what's going on with you? BWB, all my bandwagon buffs, what up? It's been a minute. How you doing? I hope you are doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. I miss y'all. Y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss your boy? Had to take a break, had to take a breather after this season. But I'm back now. Break is over. Time to get back to work. Welcome back, guys. There's been a lot going on around college football. Just, off-season talk, or as my guy Phil would say, ain't no off-season. We're just taking a little break. But, our Colorado Buffaloes, there's been a lot of noise going on here and there. You'll get a little here, you get a little something there. But I had to take a break and catch my breath after this season. You feel me? After this season, I had to catch my breath. But I got to get back to work, man. I've been trying to get the channel some energy, some time to breathe, and pump some other energy into the post. I've been posting a whole lot. If you've been keeping up, I hope you've been keeping up. But here we are, man. I'm back, and I feel a little relief. Plus, I was a little under the weather. Okay, as you will hear in my voice in just a little while. But yeah, man, Shilo. People are talking about Shilo getting snubbed. Colorado only got a few players in the combine. Let's talk about the combine a little bit today. I want to give people my regulars an opportunity to vent a little bit. I haven't given y'all an opportunity to vent. It's time to get back to venting time. Give you an opportunity to say what you got to say. You feel me? But yeah, man, I had to take a break, man. I hope y'all are okay. What are y'all doing for Valentine's Day? Phil, what's up, man? So Phil said, yo, the community posts have been fun to interact with others. The crazy thing about the community posts is that I don't really see the comments. I see the comments, but they only give me a few comments. So if y'all are having like a interaction, like a thread, it's hard for me to see those threads. I'll only see a few comments, but I don't go into the post to actually see, because the way that YouTube has it set up is a little weird. But I'm glad that you guys are still out here talking and still having fun. I just wanted to come back so that we can get the channel, we can get talking again. For those of y'all who like to talk and, come on here and interact with me, I really appreciate y'all. So yeah. So Arju said, that's crazy. BJ wasn't invited. So yeah, man. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the combine. Let's talk about, I guess, what's happened so far since I've been away. I know you've probably been at other lives and y'all have been talking about it, but we didn't really talk about it here at TLP. So this is our opportunity to talk about it. So your guy, Matt McChesney, was not hired for that offensive line job. Well, I'm not sure if that's what he went in for. He's an offensive line guy, and he grooms offensive linemen. So I don't know what other job he would have went in there for. So I wouldn't say, I can't really stand on the fact that maybe he didn't get hired for that. Maybe he's getting a look at something somewhere else. Who knows? I don't know. All right. We'll talk a little bit about that. The different coaches. The running back coach. We finally got him in house. So now we have to talk about that and see where we going with that. Even though we talked a little bit about it, but where are we going with that? I want to know what y'all think. And Colorado only getting 3 or 4 players into the combine. I asked my guys offline, you can still get drafted without going to the combine? It was like, well, your chances are a little bit better, but I was thinking Colorado would have had a lot more players than yo. Boy, did we did we get it wrong. We were counting 7, 8, 9 players. And boy, boy, oh boy, were we wrong. Phil is ready to go. Phil, what's up? Phil's like, yo, I got some free time, Harry. Let's go. I miss you, bro. I miss you too, Phil. I miss you too, okay? Oh, man. I know you're a government worker, and y'all, you know, you got your buyout. I don't know if you're taking the buyout. I know y'all busy over there in the government, so if you got some time you want to come on, I would appreciate it. But I figure, you know, either you're job searching, you're trying to sue for your job. All I know is y'all busy over there with the government, okay? Swansley, what up with you, man? It's been a minute. What do y'all want to talk about today? I got a list. I want to talk about Shilo, Marshall Faulk, the offensive line, and then it's free for all Friday. So y'all throw something at me. Let's talk. I wanted to come on here so we can just have a chat. After we talk about those things, then y'all can kind of like let's talk today. First of all, let me make sure my guy Phil is okay, because you know our new president, Agent Orange, is out there wreaking havoc. Phil, are you okay? Like, wave your hand in the chat if you're okay. Like, I want to make sure. Yo, y'all, man, what up, man? Y'all hear how much cough I got, man? So wave your hand, Phil. All the government workers, y'all wave your hand. Are y'all okay? Who's taking the buyout? I want to know if y'all take. Okay, all right, Phil. So you're good. Okay, so maybe are you taking the buyout? And I don't know if you want to share, like, how much are they offering? And then word on the street is the buyout could be a hoax. like you can take the buyout and then they end up not paying you because you know your guy. We know him here in New York, okay? How he does people real dirty. He don't pay people. So now that he's the commander-in-chief, I don't know if he's going to be paying y'all. So if you take that buyout, make sure you get a lawyer to read over that buyout and when your money is going to come, because word on the street is you can take that buyout and then not get paid. Yo, oh my God. Phil said, no, it's a scam. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that buyout was a scam. I don't know if I'm going to the 4-1 at 1 o'clock. I need to take a nap because y'all don't know. I got to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I get a break and then I got to go back. If I don't take a nap, it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to get up out of here early too. I'm not staying till 1 o'clock. I'm going to get up out of here early. But let's start with Shilo. Let's start with the let's start with Shilo. But anyway, let me do the right thing. I ain't been here in a minute, so it's a little weird. I'm kind of like all over the place. Join TLPlive@gmail.com is the email that you're gonna use to call in. Hey, Ron Tate, I already sent you the link, so you don't have to worry about it. I know you're old and you don't know how to use a computer and all of that. So I send you the link. Old guy, just click on that blue link that you get, okay? Ron, I miss you, man. I miss you. I'm picking at you. Okay, I'm picking on you. I'm sorry, Ron. I just miss you so much. I just had to pick on you real quick. But just click. I sent you the link already, so just click on it if you want to come on here. Y'all come on here. Let's chat. Don't leave me out here by myself, okay? I don't want to talk too much. All right. So I gotta, I'm getting over my cough. I feel like the vaccine that they gave us, that we had to take. I feel like there was something in there that's making us stay sick a little longer. I've had this cough for over 2 weeks now. And it's one of those coughs like, when you're coughing, you cough and then it goes, and it sounds like you're about to die. I've never had that before. I'm blaming everything that I feel on the vaccine. I feel like they put something in that vaccine to keep us a little sick a little longer so that farmer can get more money. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I miss y'all. I miss all my people. You know what I'm saying? I miss y'all, man. How y'all doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Okay? Happy Valentine's Day. I'm like, man, look, enough of break. Come on here and chat it up with your people. Yard man said, Harry, you should talk about why CU has one of the worst recruiting team, period. From the head coach down, it's horrible. Wait, what? So what you heard, Yard man, about like who we got? I'm not excited about who we got in house. I know everybody could be excited. Y'all are. I don't know about this team. I don't know what to expect. I know that we have gold jacketed out. So now we got like 20,000 gold jackets, and they're all hanging on the rafters at CU. I think CU, the walkway is going to be made of gold jackets. If you don't know that, that's my humor I'm using right now, then I'm sorry, you're on the wrong channel. we got a bunch of gold jackets. Yo, I think we got 200 years of gold jacket coaching. we got 200 years. I think it was 100 and something years of NFL experience. Now I think we got now 200 years of NFL coaching, NFL experience on the team. I'm ready to get the show started. Y'all ready? I was trying to talk a little bit to get people coming in here. He said, "Well, hey, they could all go jackets." Phil, I'm gonna just say this live, bruh. Sometimes I don't know what you be saying. Like you type the wrong word on purpose just to irritate people. Like, what do you be typing sometimes? I'll be like, wait, what? Is he messing up, or does he have a flip phone, like one of those individual buttons? And remember, we had the QWERTY. If you got a QWERTY keyboard, you got a half a keyboard, like you have to press the A button twice to get like A, B, C, to get C and stuff. Like, okay, they can all wear gold. Okay, thank you, Phil. God almighty. Come on, Phil. Yeah, I think we got more gold jackets than the Hall of Fame right now at Colorado. But the question is it going to matter? All those gold jackets, I think it's like it shouldn't be used as a marketing thing. When you have a bunch of gold jackets, and then when you say, oh, we got 120 some years of NFL experience, when you do that, and when you say that, that has to equate to winning. Right? Because if you say our whole staff is made up of former NFL players, it's like you're saying those other guys don't have what we got over here. We want your players to come over here. But that can kind of like it can backfire on you, because then if you go through the season and the non-gold jacket having teams start kicking your butt, that it looks bad, because then you're like, wait a minute, but y'all got a bunch of gold jackets and y'all are getting your butt kicked. So maybe we shouldn't use that too much. Let other people do that. It's like you're patting yourself on the back, saying you gotta. I mean, if it was 120 some years of NFL experience, now with Marshall Faulk, and then I think they added another. They added another coach with NFL experience, the offensive line guy. I think he's an NFL guy too. So now we're going to 240 years of NFL experience. So what does that mean? That we got to take the season now. Now that's a Big 12 championship. That's a playoff berth, right? Like preseason playoff berth. We in there. We in there, right? I know y'all miss me because y'all know I like to pick fun at us. that's a national title coming. If we go for it, it ain't gonna be good. Yo, if Georgia Tech give us 40 in the first half, boy, I'm gonna turn the TV off. I'm turning the TV off if Georgia Tech gives us 40 in the first half. Okay? Stop playing with me. Anyways. Oh. Sarita Hayes, happy Valentine's Day. Have you heard of Shador's new song, Life? I saw the video. It is fire. Cap. That's cap. I can't understand a word he's saying. That little short clip he put out. My first thought was stop making music, bro. That was my first thought. Like, stop making music right now. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I think I'm hating. I don't know if I'm hating, but I think I'm hating. I'm listening. I'm trying to hear bars. I'm trying to hear something. I'm old, okay? Let me just put a disclaimer on this. I'm old. I'm not down with mumble rap. I'm not down with the new music that's out. I'm not a fan of it. All right? So please forgive me that I have to hate. And I'll preface this by saying, I'm trying to say, like, I don't hate him, but I'm not a fan of the style of rap. It's overly overtoned, right? I mean, not overtoned, auto-tone, sorry. It's overly auto-tuned, and you can barely make out what he's saying. Right? And it's like, all right. You got to woo, excuse me. See what happens? I'm like, you got a podcast. Everybody's doing it, so I get that. You're a QB1. I'm not a fan of the rap career. And call me a hater for this one. Put me in the hater bracket because I think when you give your opinion, and it's something that you're not a fan of, I think you automatically go into the hate bracket. I don't think there's any middle ground for people. I think if you just don't like it, if you don't like it, then you're just a hater. But because we are in a culture where you can't have an opinion that is not supportive of something. But I'm not a fan of Shador's music career. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's any good at all. Like, Perfect Timing was not great. I didn't like it. The kids loved it, and it was fine. It was like a caricature. It was like one of those things like, okay, it's there. But I am not a fan of Shador's music. I think his brother does okay. We know that Shilo is also a musician, and he's musically inclined. I'm waiting for him to drop some music. But as far as Shador being a musician, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the song he just dropped. Is this the new Harry? I feel so light saying that. Dang, I would have never said that like in 2024. I would have came on here and tried to like, but I'm not a fan. And because of the environment that we're in, there's no middle ground. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to like it or you're a hater. I want you to put me in the hater category because then that's what it is. I don't think not liking it is hating, but since you can't help it, put me in the hater category. I'm not a fan. Not at all. And auto-tune. Like, what the heck are you saying? What are you doing? Leave the music alone. Because I think this, I'll give you my thought on this. What the music is doing is taking away from his greatness as a quarterback. All right? I feel like it's a caricature. I feel like it's taken away from his. I want to I want to only know. It's like, okay, some guys will go to jail. Parents might go to jail, and they don't want their kids to come and see them at the jail because I don't want you to see me like this. That's how I feel about Shador and his music. I don't want to see Shador like this. Let me bring on Phil before I come and hurt myself out here. Phil, thank you for coming on here and try to help me out, please. How you doing, brother? I appreciate you calling in.
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
All is well, brother. All is well. Thank you so much for joining me. So, since the first thing we want to talk about is the Shador and his music, I'm a hater, but I'm only saying I'm a hater because in today's culture, there's no middle ground, right? There's no middle ground when if you don't like something, you're not allowed to say you don't like it. It's either you support it. Yeah, it's either you support it or they call you a hater.
Right.
So since I'm not a supporter of his music, I think he needs to stop the music because it's making his game look bad. Because he's not good at music. So it's like I don't know. He's not. It doesn't sound good to me. There's no rhythm. It's almost like the Kendrick thing. I don't like Kendrick Lamar for party music, right? He's
Understood.
more of, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to like bop to Kendrick's music, but I'm like, I don't know where my hand should go. It's not like New York bop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Kendrick's music is confusing my body, my rhythmic body, and where to go because when you're doing that New York thing and everything is like when Eminem comes and he's with the Green Mile and everybody's going like this, you can't do this to Kendrick's music. But it's revolutionary. It's like something that speaks to the generation. So people like it, but I'm not a fan of it. You feel me?
Yeah, understood. But I think what it boils down to is like, if you're looking for that type of music, you know where to go and where not to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But people are making us choose. It's either you're gonna hate Drake because now everybody's loving Kendrick because it's like Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
But I'm gonna stop you there. Nobody's making you pick in between. Nobody's making you say who you like more. The way you support is by the music that you listen to and where you put your money. So that's really what it boils down to for me.
But publicly you have to choose a side. You have to. You got to choose. You can't just be out there. You got to hate. It's like, bro, it's like our society tells us we need you to like this because this is what we like right now. I remember when everybody was loving Ja Rule, we was all bobbing to Ja Rule. And when 50 Cent came and says, you are singing, you're not a gangster, you're a wankster. I need everybody to hate him. And then we all said, okay, we hate him now.
Yeah, okay. If that's what people wanted to do, that's on them. But real quick though, I can't stay on long. So if you want to just give me the couple of topics that you're gonna hit on, I'll tell you some hot takes, and then throw the grenade and run.
Okay, so let's talk about since we're already on it. So let's talk about Shador and his music and what does that do to his game. But before you say anything, let me bring on Ron. Ron, I know you hate the music, and I hate it too. And it's not hate, Ron, but I'm not a fan of it, so I'm calling it hate because I know that's what people are going to say. TLP's hating on Shador. So how you doing, brother? Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Ron, you there?
You're on mute.
While he figures it out, give me your take on this music. What do you think about his music?
I've not listened to his music because I don't care to, so I honestly don't know if I like it or not.
And you a musician, the
only song
take on this.
The only song from Osaken that I like is some song about Mary Had a Little Lamb that be in my garage.
Hey,
so
log off and log back on, Ron. Ron, log off and log back on, and then come back on. He said he can't hear us. I don't know what's going on.
Strange.
But yeah, I mean, okay, so I heard he put out a clip. He put out a clip. Like, he is no jello ball, right? Like, it's...
I put it to you like this. The biggest issue, I think, is regardless of if the music is good or not, NFL teams don't want their star quarterback having any distractions outside of football. And then once you earn the ability to do other stuff and go to fashion weeks and all that kind of stuff, that's more directed towards Tom Brady because his wife is a supermodel and all that good stuff. Then they will give you more leniency. But when you coming in, they want to know that your only focus is whatever franchise you're playing for, making them better. That's all they care about. So this music stuff, while I understand that kids don't want to just stick to one thing, I think for his NFL career, let's focus on being a quarterback right now. That music thing, leave that to your brother.
Yeah, and Kanye is divorcing, but we're gonna leave that alone. Okay, so I just threw that in for kicks. Kanye and his I guess that was his wife. I thought that was his.
Yeah, it was his wife. They've been married for a couple of years.
I don't know if that was his wife or he was the pimp and she was the what's her name. But anyway,
Can it not all be the same?
No.
I mean, you can marry somebody and pimp them out, but that's anyway.
So what comes first? You were pimping her and you married her because it was good, or you married her and then started pimping her? What comes first?
Based off of what I understand from Iceberg Slim, a book that I read a while back, it started off him using her, and then she showed her value, and then he got hooked.
A billionaire. How do you show your value to a billionaire? Like, what do you have?
We're not talking about money. We talk about money because he can control her.
You said we're not talking about money?
No. You can. So is money the only value you can provide to somebody?
So what is? Tell me some B-rated. Tell me some.
But I said he can control her.
We can hear you now, Ron.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about this music business thing just a little bit. You have to understand.
You have video. You can't put your video back on.
Oh no, man. I didn't
come on, Ron. How you gonna tease us with the video and you looking all handsome with your? There you go. Look at you right there. Look at that handsome face right there. Come on, Ron.
Gotta love it. Love it.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Ron, I'm gonna cut you off real quick because I gotta jump, man. It was good seeing you. I know we didn't get the chat like we normally do, man. I hope all is well with you. I'm gonna try to be in the chat later today if I can.
All right, thanks for coming on briefly.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
All right, Ron. So let's talk about this music career first, and let's dig into that.
Hey, listen, Harry. I mean, it's perfectly set up for Shilo and Shador and their younger brothers following Big Bro. That's all that's what they've been trying to do the entire time they've been playing football, the entire time that they been trying to do this music thing. Now, out of the three, I really think the most talented is Shilo.
But have you heard his music?
No, I'm talking about the most talented. I don't want to know about the music that he puts out.
But he's a producer.
I believe Shilo has the ear and the talent to put out good music. However,
he's shy.
He really, I think really, Shilo really wants to focus on football.
He wants to focus on what he's not as talented at.
Well, I mean, when you look at the way he played, barring injuries, if you look at the way he played the past couple of years, or you can go back even further than that, I think he put enough on tape, as your question said, to warrant him being invited to the combine. With the way he's played and his name, would draw more attention to the combine and to him. I think he's done it.
Let's not go too far into Shilo. Let's stay on this music thing. Do you think? I just want to spend a little bit of time on this music thing.
Okay.
I think the music thing is throwing a bad shadow on Shador's career as a QB1. This is the thing. I think he's really good at the quarterback position, but he's really bad. Like, he's the worst at the music thing. It sounds really bad, right? So when you put really good and really bad together, what do you get? Like, what's in that middle? Because the music is terrible to me. Like, I feel like the music is really bad. Like, it's really terrible.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah.
Since Captain Torre took power, you've been really firing off these past 2 years. And I know you know who I'm talking about.
Hold on, say that again. What was the first thing you said? What's the first part?
Since Captain, I get Toure,
Captain Toure, who?
In Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Since he took power, you really been, you really been flexing. You've been flexing here.
I've been feeling myself a little bit, right?
That's right.
Oh,
and
Lord.
you know the music nowadays is a lot different. There's a lot of it. I mean,
but he's not good at it, bro. He's not.
I'm 25
let's not
years
even
old,
play with
so.
it. Hey, Ron. Let's not even play with it. Like, he's terrible, bro. He's not good with it. He's not good. He's no. Like,
I mean,
what do you? Let me get your opinion. What do you think about the music if you've heard it?
The little bit that I've heard.
Yeah.
No. I would focus 100%
on football.
Well, number one, on gaining some muscle, because when he was training with Cam Ward, he looked frail standing beside Cam Ward.
You think he needs muscle? Why?
He to endure. Ask Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson put on muscle because he had to endure that 18-game season or 17-game season, and those hits from those big guys. And Shador, I think he realizes. I think someone's in his ear telling him, "Listen, you got to get your playing weight up." He's not 6'4", 6'5". He doesn't have that kind of frame, so he needs to get his weight up.
Yeah, because
talent-wise, I think he's going to be okay, but he's got to have that sustainability.
Because nowadays the NFL quarterback, are mobile, and they can't just stay in the pocket and throw. They have to get out there and put themselves on the line, put their bodies on the line. So I can definitely see why he needs to put on some. Yeah, but just stop. Like, okay, I know we have different interests and we want different streams of revenue and whatnot. But what is this thing about the music? Like, what do you think? Why does he have to do music? Like, your two brothers are, I would say Bucky's a little okay with the music. His music sounds a little tired, but it's okay. I can tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? But come on, like, Perfect Timing was mid. If he's talking about, remember he was talking about that kid's game was mid. His music is not even mid. It's worse than mid. You feel me? So it's like stop doing the music, focus on the game, because I feel like the music is bringing down your game. It's
now I don't think the music is going to bring down his game, but
no. I'm talking about heads that know music, heads that think about how music is supposed to be, right? Because if you hear, like, you want to be nice because you like the guy. But then you hear, like, you a music guy. I'm a music guy, right?
Right.
Like, you hear the music and you're like, dang, bro, I mess with you. You're like, bro, I mess with your football game, but your music, I can't mess with you when it comes to this music thing. Like, you're grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, your music is grass.
Hey, Harry. Now I think you're starting to troll a little bit. I know you're trying to get your clicks up.
That's why I said, go ahead and put me in the hating category, because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the music. I don't hate him, and I don't hate his music, but I'm a -3% fan of the music because it's that bad, bro.
Right.
That's just how I feel.
Right.
And
I mean, you have a right. You have a right to that. You have a right.
But yeah, and yeah, I know the fans are gonna. Yeah, the fans are gonna go ahead and troll. But all right, let's leave the music thing alone. Let's talk about this Shilo being snubbed. And I do have the list of the guys that made it in the combine. So let me share it. Do you think that he got snubbed, or is this is how it's supposed to be? And if he got snubbed, then who would he replace? Who would Shilo replace if he got snubbed?
You know, he's in a unique position. He's in a unique position because he's gonna garner attention because of his name and his pedigree. So I think he's gonna be okay.
But is that all? Is that enough to just be okay?
Well, to get into an NFL, Shiloh's going to be on an NFL team this year. I mean, yeah, he's going to be on an NFL team.
But it's going to be an invite, right? Is he getting drafted, or is he going to be an invite?
I think he'll be drafted in the later rounds.
You think so?
Yes.
So okay. Do they invite dudes to the combine and then say, "Hey, we're not drafting you. We're gonna draft a guy that was not combined"?
Well, you think like this. There are guys that teams are interested in, but they're just not sure, how they're going to pan out. So they may invite someone that they're interested in and see them work alongside other guys that they deem to be more talented.
Your audio is breaking up.
So let's see where he pans. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So some guys are invited to see how they pan out against the top tier talent, to see if they are a 4th or 5th or 6th round pick. And others are going to be like the receiver that signed and had a guaranteed contract for 2 years, $250,000 a year or something like that. Or the guy that went to Arizona, I forget his name.
You talking about
the receiver? He signed as a free agent, but he had guaranteed money and a nice signing bonus.
It
wasn't that much.
Let me answer some of these people in the chat real quick. Okay, so the white kids are worshiping his music. Okay. You underestimate his fan base. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, again, this is just my opinion. It's just about me saying I don't like his music. I'm not a fan of his music. I ain't saying like people ain't gonna like it. Kids are gonna like it, but to me, I'm an old head with, like Onyx. You know what I'm saying? I go way back with Gospel Gangsters, Onyx, A1 Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about old school music where you understand what the lyrics are doing, and the lyrics are speaking to you in a way that you have to think a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of the mumble rap because it's like
that's old school. That's old school, Harry. Rap used to be. It used to be. Even Tupac talks about social environment, family issues through his music. Mm-hmm. And you don't have that as much now. It's more glorified fantasy now. And
right.
imagery.
And I know people are going to unsubscribe because I'm saying that. I think I'm fine with that. I think I'm totally fine with that because you can't have an opinion around here. So, but my opinion is that I don't like his music, but I love his football.
Right. And that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Harry. It's okay.
I think
it's all right for you to have an opinion.
But the music is gonna mess up the football for me. That's the thing. The music is gonna change my opinion about the football.
You're not gonna see Shador under center at an NFL game and think about perfect timing. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
I'm like, if I can't get the song out of my head, like I'm thinking, like, man, that pass was good, but dang, that lyric, like that, what he said in that song. Oh man, now I got to think about that pass a little bit. Like I don't know how good I don't know how good that pass was because that song was so bad.
That's terrible.
Oh God. Yeah, man. Hey, I didn't plan to say this. It just came out naturally. I ain't gonna lie to nobody no more. Maybe not anymore, but I've been trying to let y'all know that this is how it's gonna be. I ain't gotta like everything. I ain't gotta like everything. The music is not good. Oh my God! Stop playing with me.
Harry, let's take a look at the safeties.
Hey, do that. What are they listed as? Hold on, let me see if I can put it back to what is the safeties listed as?
Is there a header? Is there?
Are they supposed to be what's the name? Are they listed as defensive backs?
Well,
because they got
Okay, there's a header. It says defensive lineman.
Are they in the group of defensive backs?
Linebackers, defensive backs.
Is that how they're listing them?
I guess.
Because Travis Hunter, he's in there as a defensive back. So I guess they're just bunching all of these together?
I guess. What about where is I'm trying to read your list here.
I see let me make it a bigger. I see the linebackers, defensive linemen. He would not be a defensive lineman. Offensive lineman would not be in there. Tight ends. Yeah, it would have to be a defensive back, right?
Yes. I don't think they I guess they didn't separate safeties and cornerbacks. Was Bentley invited? Was Bentley invited to the combine?
Not at all.
No linebackers from Colorado.
No linebackers.
BJ Green? No.
Look, let me just tell you. Let me just save you the energy. You got Travis Hunter, you got Shador, you got Jimmy Horn, and you got LeJohntay Wester. That's it.
Really?
That's all you got for Colorado.
What about the block bully? No.
But like no defensive lineman, no offensive lineman, no special teams, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, if Colorado was to get, like, who are they giving up if Shilo gets in? That's the question. And do you think Shilo deserves to be a combine?
I do.
Tell me why you think so.
Okay, but I think, he tracks the ball well. I think he's definitely a better than average tackler. So the only question would be his speed. That's the only question that they could have if he goes, or when Colorado has his pro day, and if he runs like a 4.7, a high 4.6, that's not going to bode well. But if he runs a 4.5, I think that's gonna bode very well for him as far as being picked, somewhere during that draft.
What are they? This guy is listed as a linebacker. What is his name? Tade Buchanan.
Tade Buchanan.
Yeah. Tade Buchanan is listed as a linebacker. Oh yeah, this is the linebackers list. Okay, yeah.
Right. Defensive backs. LeJohntay Wester, was he listed as a defensive back or a wide receiver?
LeJohntay Wester, did he play anything on defense? I thought he was a wide receiver.
No. I was just looking at special teams. Was he listed on the special teams, or is he just
no
wide receiver?
No, he's listed as wide receiver. Let's look at the wide receivers list. Where am I at with the wide receivers? There we go. So we'll talk about
Jimmy Horn,
Travis in a little bit, but he's going in there as a what's the name? Right here. LeJohntay Wester, Colorado.
Yeah.
So
I think both of him, I think him and Jimmy Horn got in because of their separation on their breaks. They really separated well doing that bowl practice.
You think
the Shrine Bowl practice?
Do you think Bucky helped out LeJohntay Wester by tweeting what he said? Because he put out, he said, he tweeted something that that LeJohntay was not invited. He said, "Where is his invitation?" That he wasn't invited to the combine, and then I think a little bit after that he got invited.
Well, I think there were enough teams. There were enough teams that saw what he could do at the Shrine Bowl practices. That take Jimmy Horn for example. Jimmy Horn was asked not to participate in the Shrine Bowl because of the way he worked during the Shrine Bowl practices. I was looking for the other wide receiver, number 10, not number 10, 14. Was that his number? The tall wide receiver? Not LeJohntay Wester, the other one. The guy with he's got the
so there was 10, there was 14.
Yeah. Now who's number 14?
The numbers are coming in kind of weird. So you got LeJohntay Wester, you got
Jimmy Horn. The other starting wide receiver.
Oh man, you put me on the spot. I know his name, but I can't think about it. It's been a minute.
He transferred in.
Will Shepard.
Will Shepard.
Thank you, Chor. Appreciate it. Will Shepard.
Will Shepard. Yes. Now
Yeah.
Will Shepard will be drafted. Guaranteed. LeJohntay Wester. I think our 3 wide receivers will be drafted. They will be. I think.
What is the likelihood of these? Like, if you're not combined, like the likelihood of being, I'm looking at how your boy what's the name, Weaver, how Weaver got in. He was an invitee. He went and he showed out with the Arizona Cardinals, and then he got on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that these guys get drafted. Like, you're not getting on TV if you're not combined, right?
Right. Well,
right.
Well,
so,
this is the thing. You could be from North Carolina Central or Jackson State and sign with the team and not be at that combine because of a lot of these guys are from predominantly the Power 4 conferences. Does not mean that that's the only talent that's out there. And that bodes for every team every year. There's someone from a small conference that surprises you that they're selected. Most of the time, big guys.
You want your chance. Your chances are going to be much higher. If you if you go to the combine, because you want to be on TV to get those people talking about you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's pretty much how it goes. If you're not in the combine, then you'll probably get an invite. I would say, I know we were speaking about Colorado has at least either 8 or 9 potential NFL players. If you add in Shilo, Will Shepard, and Bentley, you add in the block bully, you add in BJ Green. You know what? I'm thinking in hindsight that Nakahil Green, he went back to college because he knew. He was like, hold up. It's not time. I gotta go to Alabama so I can get invited to the combine. He probably knew that he was not gonna get invited to that combine. So his chances of actually getting drafted were probably slim, and he was like, nah, I'm not doing it yet.
No, Nakai Hill, it may have been in the latter rounds. Someone would have stole. That would have been a steal in the 4th or 5th or 6th round. Nakai Hill Green is an NFL linebacker.
No, we know that, but
he's got the build. I mean, not the notoriety. I mean, this year, well, he got the notoriety from coming from Colorado, and
right.
leaving Colorado going to Alabama should only be an upgrade as far as his notoriety. He's put enough out there to let him know that, yeah, I can play. So
we know he can play.
Maybe he wanted to improve his draft. He wanted to improve his draft stock.
I guess. I mean, I can see it. I can see it because, man, at the end of the day, it's going to be tough for these guys. I think Black Bully. I think he may have to get an invite and then go show what he can do. His tape is good.
Pro Day is going to be Colorado's Pro Day is going to be important for those guys.
Right.
It really is. And then once they get the invitation, look at a guy that didn't start very much. He was one of the rotating players. He was a linebacker or a defensive end. I think he came from Florida State last year. You know, he signed with the team. McLennan or something.
Yeah.
Last year. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, they don't care.
Did he get any play time?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't track. What it was with Carolina, right? I think.
I don't know what team it was.
I think it was with Carolina. Didn't follow him. I know the only person that I followed that I didn't really follow. I didn't watch most of his games. A lot of his games. I was trying to see if I can do some content on it. It was Xavier Weaver. You know, but he was doing pretty good during the season. So he's not one of those guys that you're going to be hearing his name. Oh, now he's with this team after three months. He's with that team. I think he's going to be with Arizona for a while. Like, I think he might be one of the premier backs, premier wide receivers for Arizona for a while. So I don't know. But I think at the end of the day, this is a question for you. The combine, the pro day, what is it that they're looking for in a non-padded, you know? Wait, you said Weaver is in the USFL?
Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Troy, you said Weaver is in the USFL. What? He left Arizona? When that happened? I gotta stay on my pivot. What's happening? Ty Smith. It feels so weird calling you Ty Smith. Dallas is in the building. What it do, homie? Wait.
Sorry about that, Harry. I'm back.
It's all good. When did Weaver go to USFL? That's weird. Why would you go to the USFL if you're doing good in the NFL?
More money.
More money?
More money. That's the only reason. That is the only reason.
That don't make no sense.
The GM comes to you and says, "Hey, you know, get a little more work, in, get more playing time, because up here we're not going to give you the playing time that you probably need to develop." And he puts his name in the hat, and the USFL team snatches him up.
What did you do? What did you do to your audio? Why your audio sound far away now? What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
It should be okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
you touched
okay.
the cable and it got better.
Oh.
No, okay.
Well, you know, I got it.
Let's put this in perspective. You would leave the NFL, that marketing machine, to go to another place for more money?
Well, like I said, if a GM goes to him, or a coach or a position coach goes to him and says, "Hey, look, you're not going to get the playing time that you need to develop here. Even though he did get some he did get some playing time last year.
Right.
But we need to for you to break through. We need to see a little bit more. So take a chance on the USFL. So he puts his hand in his name in the hat, and someone comes up and says, "Hey, we're gonna pay you this." They release him from his contract. He signs with a USFL team, and now not only the scouting department, but his position coach gets to track how he's doing in the USFL against many other NFL players that are down there. If he goes down there and balls out, then when he comes back to the NFL, he'll get a pretty decent contract. So I was thinking money at first. I was thinking money at first, but now it's more about development. I think they wanted to see more playing time, him against competition on a regular basis.
Because they have wide receivers and they don't have the time to do all that training that's necessary for him.
Well, I mean, there's more they want to see. I mean, we're speculating, but I think there's more that they wanted to see from him.
Yeah, that's interesting that that will happen.
Hey, that happens all the time, Harry. That happens all the time. I mean, we're familiar with Weaver because he came from CU, but that happens all the time.
So let's show these people. These are the guys that Shilo would have to replace if he was going to be combined, right? And these are the safety rankings. So the question is, can Shilo replace any of these guys? You got Nick from South Carolina. You got the safety from Georgia. Notre Dame safety, you got Mukuba. I don't know if he's Liberian or Ghanaian. Mukuba could be Liberian. I don't know of any Ghanaian Mukubas. But that's the safety from Texas. So who is Shilo replacing on this list? These are all the safeties that these are the rankings. These are all of the safeties ranked. Shiloh's not replacing any of these top guys. I know that we got the Colorado bias, but those GMs are not thinking about Colorado
how many safeties were invited? Yeah, how many safeties were invited?
I don't have the official list. But Shilo is ranked number 24 on this list. He's rating in at 81.1. So I would say, listen, man, I'm looking at Shilo as like maybe a really late round. But this is what I think about Shiloh's situation. I think Shilo out of the group, his numbers are probably going to be, it's probably going to surprise a lot of people because people just don't have what's the word? People don't have the faith in Shilo. Like he's not, because when you think about Shilo, like, okay, what do people think the most about Shilo in his game? Sometimes he could be real silly. You feel me? But you will see him miss a tackle and then he goes on two knees and start to pray to God, hopefully something happens in my career. Like some big things have happened to him that were not in his favor, but he's a big hitter. So it's like I can see Shilo surprising a lot of people as the one that actually has a great NFL career. Even though I think Shador and Travis and them are gonna go and they're gonna have okay careers, I feel like Shiloh's gonna be like one of those silent. Like there are some guys in the NFL that their numbers are so good that it's like it's just decent. It's a decent NFL career that can overshadow somebody else who is in the limelight. That's how I feel about Shiloh's career. I think that's what's going to happen to him. Your thoughts on that? Because that's what I think.
Well, I definitely think he's going to have a career, and his health is going to dictate how long it is, and whether and it doesn't matter whether you're drafted or not. Really, you get in there and you're able to play. Ed Reed played in a great situation at Miami when he came out, but Ed Reed didn't. I don't know if he ran a 4.4, 4.5 during his playing career. I don't know if he was 215, 6'3", 6'4", type of guy, and he's he's in the Hall of Fame.
I like what Troy is saying right here. Troy's saying Shiloh will make a team, and you don't need to waste a pick on him. That's a good concept. I think I like the idea of, hey, these draft picks, they have financial implications, right? When you draft a guy, you're bringing him in, and you're guaranteeing him a certain amount of money.
Right.
So if you know that Shilo is either not worth the money, but you can get him on a steal, then that's the best route to take him, right? That's what you would do with a guy like Shilo, right?
Someone that it is a steal. It is a steal. Right. You're right. That would be a steal, because I really think that he's going to have a career in the NFL.
That's what I think too. I know the post that I posted about Shilo, the one that's actually on the thumbnail is from Rival, and it's like Deion's kids or anything that has to Colorado that has to do with Colorado is going to make news, and I think that's what people kind of like. That's what they do. Let me bring on Tim to join the show. You can go with no camera. Tim, what up, man? Dallas is in the building. How you doing today, my guy?
Thanks for calling. What's up, man?
All is well, man.
Hey, how was the vacation, brother?
The vacation was good, man. I was, I'm coughing and sneezing a lot, but that's pretty much what the vacation was. But yeah, man, how you?
Hey, everything been good, man. Taking it one day at a time.
Hey,
how
Harry.
You doing, brother?
Hey, Tim, how you doing?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Harry, you see Tim's picture? You see Tim's picture?
Yeah.
That's what we need to do, man. We got to we got to dress up and get a cool photo to put up here, man. That's how to do it.
That looks like a real hip hop star, as opposed to what Shador think he's trying to do.
Hey, Ron, trust me, this is not that wasn't an everyday attire. That was actually my daughter's 90 throwback skate party, and I was just like, I had to dress up, like the 90s, but I don't dress like that every day.
Okay.
So hey, Tim, let's just jump you in right away. Did Shilo get snubbed, or like what Troy is it? Jay or Troy? What Troy is saying? You want to get Shilo on a steal?
Oh yeah, man. From a business standpoint, if you can get Shilo is not a bad player, man. He understands the game. In the East-West Shrine Bowl, they was talking about on PFF how a lot of scouts were impressed by his agility to break on the ball, and his catching ability, and certain factors outside of the 40 and can you catch. There's a lot of other factors that are taken into consideration when drafting a player. But if you could get him later on down the road, maybe in the 4th or 5th round, yeah, that's a steal, man. That type of player, knowing what he brings to the table, knowing what he has at his disposal as far as off season, who he could contact to help his game as well. So I look at it as a possible steal.
That's what I don't know, man. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking, yeah, Shilo. I know this is a bold statement, but I feel like he's going to have the better NFL career. I don't know why I feel like that, but I just feel like Shiloh's going to prove a lot of people wrong. And at the end of the day, he's going to have the better NFL career. While you got the Travis and your Shadors and your Jimmy Horns, while they're going to have okay careers, I feel like Shilo might be the one that's more celebrated in the end.
It depends on what team they drafted to and how they utilize them. You know, so that I think that's a big factor. But to say that he overall may have a better career than his brother or Travis or say Jimmy Horn, I mean that's yet to be seen.
Hey, Harry, I would agree with you on a couple of those guys, but Travis, that's stretching. Travis is what he is. I don't think any of the CU players in the draft is going to have a better career, barring injuries. Barring injury, Travis just has too much in his toolbox not to have an exceptional career in the NFL.
But okay, so what people are saying about his weight, is that going to matter at all?
The Philadelphia wide receiver, they said he was too small to play in the NFL. He started almost every game, barring any nagging injuries that he had.
Well, no. Wide receiver is different from a DB though. Travis is going in as a DB.
Well, that's what they're saying. Defensive back. I mean, I think he's going to be fine. He'll put on weight. He's done it every year. He's put on more weight every year since he's been playing in the college ranks. So I think he's going to be fine. The nutrition and the scientific expertise that they're going to provide him with that he doesn't have to pay for anymore, he's going to be okay. I think he's definitely going to be all right. He'll put on more weight. He'll put on more muscle.
Are we accepting or are we saying he's going in as a DB now? Because remember, that's the biggest question, right? Everybody's like, yo, he's going to play both positions, but are we saying that Travis is now settled on being a cornerback for the NFL?
No,
or he just had to choose one?
He said he wants to play both ways. Period.
So why would you choose corner for the combine? Is that an easier route?
I don't think you get to choose. You're invited as a cornerback or you're invited as a wide receiver. I don't think you get to choose. So it's an invitation.
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question. Which one pays more?
Wide receiver, of course, right?
Hey, those lockdown corners get paid big bucks, but I don't know. That's a very good question, Tim. The defensive backs versus I think it's the wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it's the wide receiver. I'm not 100% sure, but I like Travis as a DB, but I also like him as a slot receiver in the NFL. Versus he can play wide out as well, but I really like him in that slot. And like you said, Ron, you was spot on with all the scientific things that's going to go on that they have at their disposal in the NFL. He's going to put on more weight to get him ready for the NFL. And he's going to look like a whole different Travis once we see him, because the Travis had at Colorado, it's not sustainable in the NFL playing both ways. It's not.
So according to Google, wide receivers get paid a lot more than cornerbacks.
But then Coach Prime say that hint that if he do play both ways or they draft him both ways, they're going to have to pay him both salaries.
Is that how it works?
Now,
is there any team that's willing to do that?
I think he'd be compensated for him if they say, hey, we're going to put a lot of individuals have stated that, okay, what if they put a package together for him in the on the offensive side of the ball? Then okay, other than playing defensive back, he'll also, receive compensation for playing on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think the NFLPA will allow that to happen. I think they would encourage him and back him if he wanted compensation for playing both ways. And then again, you have teams that's going to say, no, we don't need you. When they want to save money, we need you on the offensive side of the ball. We need you at cornerback.
So that's an invite. Why would they invite him as a corner and not a wide receiver?
The big money people want to see him at corner.
Huh? Or
the big money people want to see him at corner.
Right, because they're already like they're okay with his wide receiver skills. They're like, we need to see more. You think they just need to see more as a corner?
I don't think that's it.
Okay, what do you think it is?
I think it's where he lies in the draft picks in that top 6. How many of those teams, predicting where he may land, what do they already have as far as the wide receivers? What do they have as far as DBs? And that's going to help get their secondary to a better position to possibly make a run for an NFC or AFC championship for potential at the Super Bowl. Like I stated earlier in some of your segments that, if he I would like to see him at Tennessee because of Ladarius Sneed that came from KC that plays on one side of the ball, and having another lockdown corner on the other side, that just it enhances their defensive side of the ball. And we all know that defense is the one that wins championships. We seen that this past week with Philly.
Yeah, it's interesting how he gets the invite as a corner. Okay, so Yardman is saying you go in based off where they think you would be more effective. I'm thinking wide receiver, because when you have Travis Hunter as a wide receiver, like he's the type of guy that he's gonna catch the ball regardless. Like just throw it somewhere in his direction. That's how I feel about him. I like him more as an NFL wide receiver. Obviously, if you look at Tyreek Hill, he's not that big. Wide receivers can be small. I look at I'm gonna forget his name, but he was with the New England Patriots. I forget his name.
The slot receiver,
Edelman. Was he?
He was a slot.
Julius, right. You see what I'm saying? Like Edelman was not a big guy; he was small. So I'm thinking Travis at 6 feet tall. I mean, he's much taller than Tyreek Hill, and he's fast. So I'm thinking wide receiver because he's so reliable. Like you throw the ball in his direction, he'll find a way to catch the ball. So I'm thinking the wide receiver spot. Maybe I'm going to keep my narrative. I know it's not popular, but I'm going to keep my narrative thinking that they trust him with wide receiver, but they want to combine him for DB because they need to see more on that end.
But I think it's both, and I'm kind of leaning more toward DB for the simple fact he knows a lot of the routes that receivers are going to run and how they may want to run those routes and how they line up. So he understands the wide receiver an advantage on the defensive side of the ball. And by the looks of it in college, a lot of quarterbacks really didn't want to try him. You know, think about the UCLA game when that quarterback threw 2 interceptions. It was like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have tried him. The same thing at UCF. You know, they tried him and he picked it off. TCU, they tried him. So a lot of other teams was like, you know what, hey, let's just avoid this side of the field and let's focus on this side of the field.
So tell me if Yardman is right. Was Travis Hunter known as not a route runner? Was that a narrative about him that he's not a route runner?
I don't know where Yardman.
What made his receiver game good? Isn't it because he can run route very well, or he just catch the ball very well? Because those are two different things. I never really paid enough attention to say he's not good as a route runner because he caught the ball anytime I looked up, he was catching the ball. So maybe I didn't really pay attention to as far as him being a good route runner. What the whole idea of a good route runner, is that the idea of separation?
Yes.
So yes. Travis Hunter didn't get separation?
He got a lot of separation. Every DB that faced him respected him, respected his speed, and respect that he's an excellent route runner. Like he can get that separation that he needs to get open. He knows how to maybe cut his route off a few yards before, all because he understands what the DB is trying to do. So
that's what I was thinking, but I'm like, wait, I didn't know that was a narrative. Y'all, man, what are you doing? I didn't know that was a narrative that Travis Hunter was not a route runner. Like, I'm thinking he understood the routes pretty well. Like, that was something that even the announcers during the games, they would say, like, he knows the route well, and he also on the DB side, he knows, you know what I'm saying, he knows the routes that the wide receivers are running, and he knows how to, you know, run with them. So he's not a good route runner. He has to go route in a slant route. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all, man. I'm not sure if I'm right. I can't ride with that. I don't know if I cannot sell Travis Hunter as not a good route runner. When these interviews, hey, was it Goodson or Gruden? Gruden? Does he still do those interviews, the quarterback interviews, or he just got kicked out of the NFL? Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You know the Raiders old coach, their former coach. Maybe I'm probably messing his name up. You remember he used to interview he used to interview the quarterbacks and ask them these like very, you know, poignant questions, and I thought those was pretty good. I want to see some of the interviews that from Travis, from we obviously know him. We probably know him pretty well. You know, we know them pretty well because we keep such a close watch on these players. We probably know them pretty more than a lot of these, you know, guys that's going to be trying to draft them because we keep such a close eye on them. But I want to see what they're saying as far as, like, you know, combine is concerned. Like, what is the thing that they're looking for, and what exactly are they looking for? I'll ask you this, Tim, if you're still here, or Ron, you can answer. I think I tried to bring this up earlier, but out of 4 years or 3 years in Travis Hunter's case, did Travis play 3 years or 4? Because he was a junior, right?
He played 3.
Right. So out of 3 or 4 years, when you've done all of that, what is the point of the senior day and the combine that you didn't put out on when you were actually getting hit by people? What exactly are they looking for that they couldn't get from the actual games?
I think people want to see up close and personal Travis cover individuals one on one, number one. And I think they want to see how fast he can run. And I think Travis is going to shock some people with this 40 time. You see the last couple of games, when he would have the ball and how he would accelerate away from people and how he ran down a guy and when he was probably 10 or 15 yards away. But, I think those two things are what they're interested in. Can he be a shutdown corner, number one? And does he have the speed to hang with the burners on the wide receiver side? That's my opinion of those two things that they may be looking at.
Exactly. I agree with you, Ron. And like when that 40 time, when he run it at the combine, it's not people just sitting there with a stopwatch, clocking him as he crosses the line. Now you have a different system that's going to be clocking him. So it's going to be 100% accurate. And movement, which all these things Travis has shown, hip movement and all that stuff. He's shown that. So I like Ron was saying, it's just really to get a close up, for everybody to look at that may not been at Colorado practices.
And one other thing you may consider that Travis may only run a 40. He may not do anything else. He may participate in one-on-one drills and not do anything else.
Right. Or he could show up and not do anything.
That's right. Just do interviews.
But okay, but I want to stick on this thing real quick. You don't have pads on, right? And you're just running. Why do they put so much stock on the 40? Like what is this showing you? What is the real evaluation of the 40? And if you run it fast, then people are like, oh my gosh, he's gonna be great in the NFL. Like
well 40 does a couple things, Harry. Explosiveness, your quickness, and your natural ability, your natural speed. It gives them those, and I know it gives them those three things: your explosiveness, your quickness, and your natural speed when you get to the other end. Because it takes power and flexibility and quickness to run a good 40.
And technique.
Definitely technique. When you get down 4-3, 4-2s, you definitely have to have good technique.
Hey, Harry, let me. You watched the Super Bowl, right?
yeah.
Okay. The young man that caught the 2 touchdowns for Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from the University of Texas. Guess what his 40 time was?
What was his 40 time?
Like a 4.2. Remember that year that kid he had broke the record in the 40? That was him.
Wait,
So
the whole internet going crazy about that kid. Wait, wasn't it just last year?
he was this was his first year in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, who ran the best 40 like in 2024? That him?
That was him. And you see how he was running away from the safety in the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
So having that type of player opens up it opens up so much for other players to shine. Maybe like your tight end or maybe like your slot receiver.
So he ran a 4.21. JR Boxing is saying.
Yeah, a 4.21. So like he can get behind a safety quick. So, seeing that in the combine, teams that may not have had him on their list,
mm-hmm.
to see that now everybody's after him because of what he did in that his 40 time in the combine.
So basically, it's just like they're just trying to find fine motor skills and stuff like that. Because there is nothing you can say. Look, just watch my tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just watch my tape and you'll see what I can do on the football field. We ain't gonna go play, tag football for you to see anything else. Like, what else can I do? You know.
Exactly. Or it could be, you may be you know how Phil Loholt and them was talking to the players and was like, hey man, you can touch the field when you may be able to touch the field quicker when you know how to play multiple positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus just a edge or a left tackle, right guard, or something like that. So those drills can kind of give some insight into what you may be capable of doing because they may want to draft you here, but they may want to put you somewhere else once they do draft you.
Right.
And they can configure all that just based off your agilities.
And I could add to what you're saying, Tim. And as far as the offensive linemen, probably 90% of the NFL players on the offensive line can play more than one position. You may have that tackle, that left tackle or that right tackle that stays no matter what, but 90% of the players, especially on the offensive line, can play more than one position.
And to add to that, I'm sorry, Harry. To
Go
add
ahead.
to that, what Ron was saying, think about Jordan Seaton. He plays what? Left tackle, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan C was left
So
tackle.
right. So his first step back on his off his left help me with this, Ron, off his left foot or right foot?
It would be his left foot.
Okay, his left foot drop back is quick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's switch him to the other side. Okay, well, you know what? He goes to the combine. Hey, we want to draft you at right tackle. But his right foot step back may not be as quick as the left side. So now that's like, okay, now you could be a backup to the left guard that's already there. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. DC, hope work is going okay. Um, so okay, let's finish up on Colorado's off-season hirings. Matt McChesney was not hired as the offensive line coach. They brought in another guy. We're bringing in Marshall Falk to be the running backs coach. Um, another coach leaves. We get a coach that leaves at this point in the season. What's going on with the coaching?
Harry, when you win, and Tim can chime in, when you win, people are going to look over your staff and see what they want and what they could use along with the coach, like the coach who went to Miami. It could use this as a springboard. Hey, Coach Prime, I'm here. I'm going to work hard, but I want to be honest. I'm trying to get over here. Or I'm trying to get over here. And Coach Prime may say, okay, I'll do whatever we can to get you over there. Help me out this year. And I think Matt would have been a good hire for CU. I really do. If you look at how he does his podcast, that's not how you coach on a football field. That's him, trying to garner not only subscribers but individual coach people to come in there, and he's putting on a show there. That's different from coaching high school players.
Wait, first of
and
all,
then later on young men.
Did that hurt him?
I think that did, because I think he believes that he could help the program, and that in his specialty, which is the offensive line. But like he said, he said he's not going to throw his hat in there again. That was it. I really think he could have helped CU. I really do.
Oh, he already spoke on that, because I didn't watch that episode.
Yes, he has. He spoke on it. He was not happy. He didn't dog Coach Prime, or he didn't dog the hires, or it was borderline. He was borderline, but you could tell he was not happy. He was not happy with not being, an analyst. Something, consultant, an offensive line consultant.
You mean like you're basically saying just get him in the building?
Get him in the building. Obviously, if there are people that are looking at the players that he's training, that he knows something. He has connections. He does. And he vowed he's going to continue to train players, and he said he's going to continue to, if individuals are interested in CU, then he'll send them that way. He didn't say that, I'm going to try and make this a pipeline to CU. That he did not say.
Do you think he actually going to send people? Like if they shade you, he's actually going to send people?
Well,
I
don't think he's going to turn away from CU, because he's, like he said, he bleeds black and gold. So I think that's why it hurt. I think it hurt him because, he loves the program so much, and he just feels that he had something to offer. And I believe him. I believe he could have been an asset to the program.
But they're stacking NFL years, so they got to bring in somebody from the NFL, because they need 10 or 12 more years so that they can say they have over 200. That way, it's easier. It's better to just say over 200 than to say 100 and something.
He's from the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. They're stacking NFL years.
For them to miss on him. I was kind of disappointed.
Oh yeah, you talking about Matt McChesney is from the NFL. That's right.
Remember, you said on your show, Harry, hey, for the love of God, won't y'all go get some of them big 300-pound, 300-pound white boys? Okay, Matt McChesney was the guy to bring them in.
Yes,
but you see what I'm saying?
Let's bring on JR Boxing. But what do y'all think? What's the reason why they didn't bring him in? Because maybe he's just a firebrand. He's that type of guy. JR Boxing, welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in. What's up, man? How you doing?
Harry, salute, bro. What up, everybody else? What's good?
How you doing?
Why was Matt McChesney not hired at CU?
I don't know. That's a very interesting question. If I could speculate, maybe.
Yeah, we just speculating.
Cultural fit as far as, with his other colleagues of the program on the coaching staff. That would probably be my first stab at it. I would say cultural fit.
Cultural fit from what standpoint? Like he's too much of a firebrand, or what?
Yeah, as far as like sticking to the script. There's a script, right? The head coach is the lead.
It's an unwritten script.
Yeah, sticking to the script. The head coach is the lead, and so if you have coaches that are, speaking against or going against, or, that creates divide. So it could be something to that, but obviously that's speculation. So hold up.
They, Tim, and you can take this one. They knew about his podcast and his takes, and they've had some conversations. He's interviewed Coach Brown before, so they knew what they were getting, but they still invited him, right? If they're still inviting him, then that means like they were willing to give him a chance, but maybe he just had a bad interview. What do you think, Tim? It's possible that they already knew that he was a firebrand, but invited him still. That means like you say, you know what, we don't care about that stuff. That's just like Ron said. Hey, he's just trying to get his podcast off the ground. He's trying to be like JB and the other guy, who I guess after Colorado turned out the way that they turned out, their numbers shot all the way up, and now their numbers are going all the way up. So maybe he's trying to do like that. So maybe he was a bad interview to Tim.
I don't know if he was a bad interview, but you know, I don't know if they was able to separate the podcast because he does keep it 100.
He keep his way to 100. Like,
Yeah.
if you kind of get a job, maybe you shouldn't be talking about the employer like that.
Yeah, I mean, he keep it 100, but you know, being able to, I feel like the person interviewing him, whether it's Coach Prime or whoever, should be able to separate the podcast from the man, and what, you know, his values that he sees for CU. And I feel like that he wouldn't have a problem fitting in, but like said, you know, the culture, you know what I mean? Is he a good fit for the culture?
Yeah,
And
man.
you know what I mean? I really kind of feel that way. He just wasn't a good fit for maybe for the culture and how they rock and how they move. But at the end of the day, he was gonna be that guy that's gonna bring in the certain type of players that you need to help win, versus bringing in people from Prairie View and Louisiana Tech and ULM. Like, it didn't make sense to me, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Harry,
yeah.
I know. I have some breaking news for you, Harry.
What's that?
Reference Matt McChesney. 3
Okay.
years ago, after at one of the celebrations in Boulder, Matt ran across one of the millionaire donors to CU, and they had a conversation. And the guy insulted Matt, and Matt threw the man over a trash can. And ever since then, the guy's had a grudge against him. And then when he went for his second interview, the guy made a phone call along with a check, and there you have it.
Wait a minute. Run this back. Matt did what with a millionaire guy? He assaulted him?
No.
Well,
that is all false. It's 100% false, but that's what I'm thinking. Something had to happen.
Hey, have you thought about becoming an actor? Because that was pretty good.
something had to happen, man. I mean, what Tim said, man, if you go on just the bare basis of what Tim said on why it would be a good fit, if you're thinking about the program, and especially if you think about the program long term, my gosh. I mean, culture, Nick Saban had to deal with some culture things at Alabama, but he did for years. He got himself together to be able to deal with all those different attitudes and mindsets from our community. And well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. He would have been Matt McChesney would have been an asset to CU.
Well, okay, I would say an asset from the personnel, from the recruiting standpoint, and all of that.
Coaching and recruiting.
Right, but the thing is, when you're talking about player synergy and all that other stuff, there's also coaching synergy. If you bring a firebrand into the mix and everybody don't think on the same line and are not all believing in Coach Prime and his abilities, because if you listen closely to Matt, I'm not sure Matt is 100% a Coach Prime guy. You feel me? Like, take a page out of Trump's book. You gotta have people around you that are your people.
Yeah, the defensive line, I can understand that, and that may be true. But the defensive line coach that left, what was his name? I'm terrible with names, man.
The
guy-
defensive
the guy-
line coach.
The guy
You
that
talking
went
about Damian Lewis?
Yes. Did you ever hear the little blips or clips of him talking? If you to the players during the game, did you ever hear Phil Loho? You know, in the background, or little clips of him talking to the players? My gosh. I mean, those guys did not pull any punches.
I think that's a
When
little
Kelly and
different. I
Tyler
think that's a
Brown-
little different, though.
Yeah. I agree. That is a little different. It's
Yeah,
different
Well, I don't
from when
understand
you.
what you're saying, Harry. What
Because
are you saying?
if you listen to Sal Sinceri, Sal was a bulldog,
Exactly.
and his mouth was foul. But I'm talking about that as far as synergy from the coaching standpoint, where you know that once you get behind the scenes, right? Once you're there, the things that happen behind the scenes, you got to be able to trust people to keep that to the vest.
Yeah.
And having a guy like Matt, who is a firebrand, his mouth can go, he speaks his truth. You don't know if you can trust that 100% when you go to war with the media. You feel me? That's why, again, I gotta do a politics reference. Trump's first year, he had some people that were his people, but then some people started breaking off and writing books and stuff, like Alma Rosa and other people.
That part.
Right? You don't want to have a guy in there learning all of your dirty secrets, and then he has a podcast and he goes on other people's show like JB, and he's diverging information and is trying to speak his truth. I don't know that that's going to be a good look.
Yeah.
That part.
It definitely does. It definitely wouldn't fit the brand. And even from it, I mean, look, Matt, being a alumni from the university, he was very vocal in stating his thoughts and opinions of the direction of the university during Coach Prime's first year. He did not agree with a lot of things. He made it very known. So if I'm in charge of a business or a corporation, and somebody is not not looking upon my views in a favorable way, and now they come to me for a job interview, I don't care who is recommending you. You did not look favorable upon me. Why must I then offer you a job? I don't care if you're the best candidate. No, it does not align with what I have going on. Absolutely not. And Matt, he kind of walked it back when him and Coach Prime had that sit down interview. But that interview, when they sat together, it didn't really clear the air. They just sat together and, it just ended. It ended awkwardly, the interview.
But that was on Coach Prime, and I'm glad that you brought that up. That was more so Coach Prime's professionalism. Because Matt sounds like a clout chaser to me. Let me explain why I think he's a clout chaser.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep saying I don't want to be nobody's friend. For me to come on here in the beginning of the show and say I don't like Shador's music, I could not be in their in crowd to say that. I couldn't be out there with them, like, hey, come on, man. The BWBs, man, we a big community. We out here. Come on, guys, let me in. Then let me in. And then I hear the music and it sucks. And I'm like, dang, I can't say your music sucks. I don't want to be nobody's friend. I don't care what it is. I ain't trying to be nobody's friend over there with Coach Prime and them. Matt McChesney almost has the same sentiment. You feel me? I feel like he wants to be, neutral and a news person and somebody who speaks their truth. But then he wants to be in the in crowd to learn all the secrets. Where they do that at? How that work? And then he says all of that, and then when Coach Prime gets him the interview, he's excited because now that gives him an opportunity to use those clips with Coach Prime and everything to build platforms. So it seems kind of clout chasey when the way that you speak and then all of a sudden now you tap dancing with Coach Prime. I don't know, man. We in New York, we don't move like that. If I say I don't want to be your friend, I don't want to be your friend. Like I ain't like if you came to me, I'll keep that same energy. If Coach Prime was like, "Yo, Harry B, TLP, we like the BWBs, we wanna bring you in," I'll still tell Coach Prime, I just understand I ain't trying to be your friend. Like out of respect, just so you know, this ain't me trying to be your friend. If you want to talk from man to man, me and you can chop it up, and I can tell you, oh yeah, we holding y'all down out there in New York. But I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't gonna be smiling with you like, oh yeah, now we good, like that. But I feel like Matt McChesney does that. When you flip the script like that, and you're all happy to have the interview, and you're like, Coach Prime is a good guy now. That's a little fishy for me. That's not New York style. That's kind of like from boaters. That's the type of boater stuff you'll do.
I find it very hard for Coach Prime would have been like, welcome him with open arms. Sure, man, come on in. After you said all of this stuff, come on into the program. We want you to be like, and then as far as like his resume, there's not a lot behind Matt McChesney's resume. Yes, he played in the NFL, coached high school. He does a separate training camp style thing with recruits that he's bringing along. What's the resume outside of that? Analyst position,
Well,
GA,
the number
like
of players,
there's no depth to the resume. So, you know.
Well, the number of players that he sent on to Division I schools and the number of players that through their start with him ended up in the NFL. I think it's all close to 500 guys.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty.
There's a lot of guys that do that. I mean, there's wide receiver coaches out here that train guys on, specialize in quickness of their feet and route recognition, but they're not getting hired, like that to go in. Well, you're going to be in charge of a wide receiver room now. Like, sure, if he wanted to come in as like an analyst or something like that, or whatever, but for people to like, oh, he should be the O-line coach. No, I think you need a little bit more in your resume bag before I just put you as the O-line like coach.
But don't they bring in specialists or don't they bring in assistants? What do you think he's the type of guy that wanted the whole bag instead of like taking half of the bag? Like maybe bring him in as an assistant and probably offer him something. He said no.
No,
I don't even think they offered him anything, honestly.
And I don't think they offered him either because I think he would have accepted an analyst on the offensive side of the ball. I think he would have.
Because I feel like he's an asset. Like he's an ally and he should be an asset, but maybe not have him so close. But he's an asset because like I like the way he talks. I like his demeanor. I don't know about having him in the locker room. I don't know how they felt about that, but I like what he brings to the table. Like you said, from a resume standpoint, I like what I was hearing, and I was surprised when they was actually going to call him in because of the way that he talks. But I'm like, dang, if they're going to if they can get past that part of it, then maybe he should be good. If they can get past the fact that he has a mouth like that, then yeah, maybe bring him in and see what he can do as far as the offensive line because Juju Lewis and Caden, this new guy that they're bringing in. Okay, how you feel about the new guy?
Who? Gunnar White? Gunnar White
for the offensive lines coach?
Well, he's an assistant, but that's a loyalty hire.
So wait, so they didn't hire the offensive line coach yet? I thought they're not post something. They're not post something about who the offensive line coach was.
A guy that used to be with Dallas, I think. I think Andre something. Right.
I did post something about we have an offensive lines coach now.
Yeah, and I think this Gunnar White guy is just like an assistant or something.
Yeah, I think CU did make an offer to for the offensive lines coach, but man, it's a lot of question. There's a lot of question marks for this season that's coming. I know we're focused. A lot of us are focused on the combine and whatnot, but there's a lot of question. But before I get up out of here, JR Boxing, what is your thought on Shador's music? Don't touch it.
Man.
If you don't want to, don't touch it.
I actually, I mean, I like Shador music, man. It got a melodic, vibe to it, very chill, kind of laid back. I like that he stays in his own pocket. He doesn't rap outside of his scope. He kind of raps to what he does on a daily basis. So, I like it, man. Is he the most lyrical guy? No. If I'm looking for a lyricist, I'm not looking for that. But as far as just some good vibe music, something just to chill out to, I like it. I actually like the new song he put out too, Life. It is very melodic, got a nice beat to it, good rhythm. And then the two young guys that are featured on the song, they some day one guys that been with him for a long time, man. Long time. Kind of grew up with the family and stuff like that. So I like it, man. I like it for him.
I mean, it's like
There you go, Harry. There you go.
I don't know how young JR Boxing is, but if you liking that music, what was your favorite rap group in the what's your favorite old school rap group?
I'll say favorite old school rap group.
Yeah.
I'll probably say let me see.
Man, you don't know that off the top of your head, bro?
Nah, I mean, I grew up in Texas, so a lot of we didn't really have like rap groups in Texas. I grew up on a lot of Houston H-time music, so it was a lot more individual artists. Like we had like Screwed Up Click, things like that. But a lot of those guys are just individual like rappers, Chameleonaire, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, like people like that. That's who I grew up listening to. The closest thing I came to a group was like UGK, but even Bun B and Pimp C became really great independent artists. So if I were to pick a group, it would be UGK. I would say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you're saying UGK, then yeah, you're kind of like you're pretty young. Yo, I'm like da 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 da, and let the boys be boys. I say slam. What, bro? I'm telling what? Yeah. If you all, I mean, listen. I know I'm going into that category of the hater. I'm going there, but I don't think I care. I don't think I care as though. Let me ask Tim if you're still here, Tim. We're gonna end up on this. What did you think about the music, Tim?
I mean, I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not a fan of his music. I think it's a hobby. I'm not a big Shador fan, man.
Let me play a little bit of it so we can, I don't know if YouTube's gonna flag it. I don't know if this is big time. It's on some label. Did he get signed to somebody? Hopefully, I'm not making no money on this video anyway. So, anyways, let's listen. Do they put gum in their mouth when they're ready to so they can?
It sounds like they got a mouthful of scope. Like,
yeah, like do they put something in their mouth when they're ready to rap?
No, it's called mumble rap.
Yeah, it's a part of the mumble rap. It is a part of mumble rap. That's a part of it.
Oh, so do you? But like when you go in the booth,
garbage.
Are you putting something in your mouth so you can be in the mumble rap culture, or is that something you do with your voice?
No, it's more something you do with your voice, but also the engineer in the booth, they kind of slow the cadence down, slow the tune down of the voice and things like that.
Really?
Kind of like screw music, like Texas music, like what he
Yeah.
said, JR Boxing. Like I live here, but I'm not from here. But
He
that's how
sound like,
Texas music sound, bro.
DC
No,
say he
no,
sound
no
like
shade,
his
no
wisdom
shade
teeth.
to Texas music. I'm from Louisiana, so I grew up on Hot Boys and Lil Wayne and P
Yeah.
and
We
Silk and them.
we cousins.
Yeah,
Texas,
yeah,
Louisiana,
yeah.
we
We family.
cousins. Yeah, we family.
He sound like he had his wisdom teeth pulled. Yo, he
He
Oh
crazy.
man,
does.
y'all out of control.
Yo, let's listen to a little bit more, please.
Okay. Yeah. Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. Letting I get mins, yeah, you haters. They lowered all my wheels cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah.
Baby, you don't want I drip you fast and the latest. I'm gonna take her for your bag and I adore your little fragrance. You can't rush it, it's a process, it's gonna take a little patience. And when we get there, babe, I promise no more mini vacations. In these streets, we gotta be cautious, all these risks we be taking. The way we pop it on these, it ain't never nothing basing. I want that road truck off the hustle, and I ain't stopping till I make it. I said them goes and I stay down and now we sliding in the latest.
Life is complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't date you. Yeah, you know I'm a rich, I ain't got no neighbors. Letting I get mins, yeah, you haters. They lowered all my wheels cause they feel so spacious. Yeah, when you come around, girl, you'll never feel basic. Yeah.
When you come around, it ain't normal, babe. I bust down in Van Cleef, you rich. And
Wait,
that's
he
just how
just
one
flipped
play. Nigga, like f***ing with you.
flipped
Not
the
on
flow.
your worst day. I love it when your toes and nails done and your hair slayed. Yeah, that turn me on. Yeah, that turn me up. 2 shots of that done Julio. And she be ready to we on the top floor. No.
Come on, man. I'm done with this. This is not, nah, man. Nah.
See, that's garbage,
You
bro.
say you
Like
done
that's
with it.
trash. That's straight trash, bro.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Like,
This is like, what are we doing? Like, okay, so all right, so somebody explain this to me. Somebody explain this to me. Maybe I don't understand because I'm too old, and I can concede that. Okay, maybe I'm too old for this music, and you know, it's just like the Super Bowl thing where people say, "Listen, man, the music was not for you, for certain people because they didn't get it." So if it's not for you, and you're trying to evaluate the music, then maybe you're not doing justice to it, and it like when it sounds like something is hurting your ear or somebody's trying to do you bad for your ears, then maybe it's not for me. But JR Boxing, you saying this is your style of music, like this is chill. You would put this in your car because you know when we put as black people, when we put music in our car, it's not necessarily for us. It's to say to the person listening out there, look at me, how cool I am. You will play this in your car?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm riding out somewhere, sure.
You
I
would?
mean, to me the song that he just made, that's more so like you go to a hookah lounge or something like that. Like that's the type of music that they playing in a hookah lounge for some people that are like 40 and under. You know, you're gonna hear music like that.
Oh, okay.
So if you expecting like some real lyrical stuff, nah, you're not getting that. But
For me,
for
it's
some
not
people
even like
40 and
okay.
under,
Listen,
you're gonna get some music like that in a hookah lounge.
for me,
sure.
it's not even about the lyrics. It's just like
everybody want to be a rapper.
I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's not for me. But I gotta get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. Yeah, man, I'm back. I took a
I
break,
do
but I'm
too.
back now. I took a break, but I'm back now. So y'all look for me. I'm not riding with the music. I'm riding with the football all the way until the wheel falls off. The music is trash. I think he should stop doing it. And like stop doing it yesterday. Like stop playing with me.
Hey Harry, I gotta jump off, man. Y'all brothers, y'all have a blessed day, man.
Take care, man. I gotta jump off too, guys. Hey,
Take care,
JR
Tim.
Boxing, thank you for coming on. Tim Smith, thank you for coming on. Ron Tate. Y'all appreciate y'all. Y'all have a
Hey,
great
hey
weekend.
Harry,
Go ahead.
let me tell you this before you go. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
Harry, did you hear that Kamari McLean, he's playing on scholarship. He did get a scholarship this year.
Who's that?
Your no-fly zone buddy, Kamari McLean.
Oh yeah. I heard Cormani was finally but I'm like, how? I when I started evaluating it, I'm like, so what did he do? What did he do to earn a scholarship? Like
he earned it.
You think he earned it?
Didn't he finish the season with 1 pick?
Oh, that's enough for a scholarship? 1 pick?
Couple breakups. Well, you got to start somewhere.
You got but somebody out there was robbed from a scholarship because he got 1 pick. I don't know.
No. You have to understand now. The guys that evaluate, deemed him when he left high school, he was a 5-star. So we have to keep that in mind.
So now,
he's got his head on straight.
So y'all ain't even in low bro tax bracket worry about. That's not how we do this. That's not how we do this, okay? Ain't nobody in Kendrick Lamar's tax bracket. Ain't nobody in ain't nobody in Jay-Z's tax bracket. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna talk about this music. If you put it out there, we gonna critique the music. So stop playing. This ain't about no hating on his money. Oh, I'm jealous of him and his money. It ain't about none of that. If you're talking about art, you don't judge art based upon whether you and him are in the same tax bracket. The people in his tax brackets don't even care. All right, he's a millionaire. Millionaires are not even worried about his music. They're like, yo, keep throwing that football. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep throwing that football. But it's an opinion, bro. I don't like the music. I think the music is trash. But that's based. I preface it by saying I'm an old school music guy that likes New York break beats. I like New York boom bap. Okay, boom bap. I like my music to make me go like this. You know what I'm saying? If my music is not making me go like this, or if it's chill, I'm like, I can just like, I'm in my car doing this. If I'm listening to this music, and the mood of the music changes, and the flow changes twice, and I go from like to like, then my body's trying to do something different. Nah, bruh. Nah. That's not how music goes, bruh. No. You can listen to Arab music. You can listen to Spanish music. You can listen to any kind of music. And I would have a music conversation with you because I am an audio engineer, okay? And I worked at a music studio. I'm a music guy. Yes, I am. Before YouTube, I was music. I can talk to you about music. And that right there is for the young folk. It ain't for me. That's all I'm saying. But put me in the hater box. That's all I'm saying. Just go ahead, put me in there, because I'm not with it. I think the music sucks. The music's trash. That's just me though. But his football, sheesh, top 5. I'm not a musician. Producer. Worked with music people, know music, heard music, yes. Worked in the studio, engineering, yeah. Ain't no, oh, I'm a rapper. No, I'm not no rapper. I don't sing. I don't do none of that. But I know music. I've worked at a music studio. Like I'm an audio engineer, and I've worked with music from a producer standpoint, from just working on music and all of that. Yeah, that's what I do. That's me. So I know music, and I know how music is supposed to make you feel. This music is making the young people who I think are confused today, is making them stay in their confused state. Our music from my generation made us do this. It was simple. You don't even know how to dance with this music. What move would you do to this music? Call a dance move that you would do to this music. Anyways, I'm going too far, but it's okay. All right, Ron, man. Any last thoughts, please, so we can get up out of here. Let's go.
Hey, listen, man. Shilo deserves a shot. He's going to get it if he bowls well at his pro day. Shador needs to needs to let the music go and let Bucky have it. And hey, I think CU guys are going to do well, not only in the draft and the signings, but they're going to do well. Block Bully, BJ Green, those guys are going to have good careers in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm with you on the Shilo is going to be. I think he's going to have a great NFL career. But hey, man, I think adversity sharpens people. I think being left out and stuff like that, and the type of person that he is, I think this is going to fire him up, and he's going to have a good NFL career. So that's DC is wilding in the chat. That sounds like Porcupine. It sounds like Porcupine and Heat music.
DC is crazy, man. He is crazy.
DC, you wilding, bro. Yo, us all heads. I don't know, like if you are Onyx or you're a New York head or you if you from the boom bap era and you know music and you just know like what music is supposed to really sound like, you may respect this generation for what they're doing and trying to keep music alive, but I don't know that you'll fully be like, and then it's like the rhyme is not. It ain't gelling. It ain't going nowhere. It's just kind of like you're saying a bunch of things that you just feel like saying, and you didn't go in the booth and try to say, let me take a scheme and let me tell you like Nas used to do, right? Like Nas do. I'm going to tell you why this fits over here, and then I'm going to bring you all the way back to the beginning of what I said there, right? And then by the time you get to the end of the music, you're like, oh my gosh, this is not doing that. This is just like, I'm going to forget about this as soon as I'm done with this music. I'm forgetting it as I'm listening. So anyway, Wild Dog, what up with you? DC Carson Music, Ron Tate, all my guys, Jay, I know you being hard on me. I get it. Yard man, the Texas Truth is still here. All your dudes. Hey, man, y'all have a great weekend. Love on your people. Life is very short. You feel what I'm saying? Love your people. Tell your people you love them. It's Valentine's Day. Go out and do something special to somebody special for you. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Get it? See you on the next video. All right? I'm out. Peace.